So today we're going to go through a seated stretch routine that's great for you to do at your desk. It's going to work head to toe to try and get the blood flowing and get some key mobility points that will take you out of maybe some of the habits that desk work tends to get you into. We'll start from the head. So we tend to be forward at our desks. And what I want to work on here is retractions or sliding away from that position. So this is not a huge motion. This is not a tilt of the head back. Think of your chin on your hand sliding back along that surface, stacking your ears over your shoulders, creating nice length through the back of your neck. Hold for a couple seconds and relax. So glide your ears back over your shoulders. If you want, you can even put your fingertips at the base of your occiput or skull and give a little glide upward to lengthen the back of the neck as you go through there. That should feel like a nice stretch up the back of your neck. Or you can just simply pull back. Other option would be hands behind your head, so that as you push back, you're gliding your hands or your head straight into your hands and feeling the back of your neck muscles work a little bit by putting pressure into your hands. So that's step one. Then for a little bit of neck mobility, we can do a neck stretch that's going to address a couple of the different muscles on the back and sides of our neck. So taking your left hand, you'll put it on the right side of your head. Let your right hand hang down or maybe palm up. You just don't want to be gripping anything. And then tilt your head away from that side gently. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, let your shoulder on the free side, on that right side, drop a little lower to increase the stretch. Each inhale, your shoulders will rise a little bit. Each exhale, your shoulder will lower a little bit, getting more space between your ear and your shoulder on that side. Then we can turn a little bit down. So if you were moving straight side to side in that first one, think of rotating about 20 or 30 degrees down and then do the same thing in that motion. This will start to get more of the muscles that attach into the shoulder blade versus the first one was more of the muscles right on the side of your neck, the scalenes. Rotating down a little bit is going to get a little bit more levator. And then you can thirdly rotate down to look toward your opposite hip. Deep breath. And I would recommend coming out of the position between each of those motions. So if we go over to the right side, left arm down, right hand pulling over, you'll take a breath here. Then come back to center. Come back over, look down a little bit, take a breath here. Come back over to center, tilt, rotate all the way down toward looking at your hip. Inhale, exhale, relax, and back to center. So that gives you the reset between each one rather than hanging out too long to one side and maybe making it feel not so great when you come upright. Now to try and work on our chests and our upper backs, we can do a field goal pec stretch. So your arms will come out to a 90-degree angle at the shoulder and the elbow, and we'll pinch our shoulder blades back to stretch and open through the front of the chest. And then come forward, pinching back, and forward. One thing to note as you go, you don't want to be really overextended. Think of still connecting your rib cage to your pelvis so the two are stacked over one another. And so a little bit of abs are going to be involved as you open and close to prevent yourself from overarching at that upper back. It's not the end of the world, it just helps to isolate the motion to where we want it. Sometimes I think it feels good to do a bigger arm circle and then pull down and back. And think about pulling those bottom corners of your shoulder blades together as you swing around, up and around and down. And then lastly, we can do a big wide arm pinch. Think palms up, thumbs out, pinch the shoulder blades together, and then swing around again. So palms up just helps to open up our shoulder joints, open up where our rotator cuff muscles live to keep this really friendly on the shoulders. And your goal here is to pinch the shoulder blades to broaden through the chest, not to torque your arms past your body. Yes, they may go past your body if that's comfortable for you, but we're just going with what feels good rather than forcing further than our bodies want to go on a given day. Now moving into torso rotation, cross your right leg across your left leg, hold that top knee, and then rotate toward that same side. You can also hold more of a straight arm here and open up that back arm for a little bit more intensity of stretch, and then close it. Open and close. Or maybe your elbows kind of like hooked on your chair, and that's gonna help you pull around. So same thing with the last one, you're just going at a comfortable range of motion through your upper back. This should feel like a stretch through your rib cage, through your obliques. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. If you're hunched over here, you're not gonna get quite the same benefit as if you're up nice and tall. And then reverse it. Cross your left leg across your right. Right hand goes on your outer leg. And then you're curling around to the left, making sure you keep your shoulders nice and relaxed away from your ears. Keep breathing. Again, you can do that open arm version for a little more of a stretch as you go. Now let's get into your lower back. So you can scoot a little more to the edge of your chair to give you some room, feet flat on the ground, and we'll do a seated cat-cow. So as you can use your hands to help guide the motion. Slide your hands away from you as you curl down, tucking your tailbone under you, creating a C curve in your lower back. Then slide your palms toward you, stick your tailbone out, chest up nice and tall, arching through the back. You can lift your gaze a little bit as well. And reverse it, slide the hands away, tuck the tailbone, curve, eyes come down toward your feet. Slide your palms in, arch, broaden through the chest, lift your gaze. You're getting a nice full flexion here. You can even let your head hang heavier if you want. Pull your hands toward you, extend, squeeze your shoulder blades. This should feel really nice, and you're just going through the range that does feel good to you, avoiding any sticky spots if your body's telling you that's all the motion that you've got for today. Then let's go into hips. So we'll start with just marches. So this is a nice hip flexor activator. Brace your core so that your body's not tilting side to side, and you'll get nice core activation, hip flexor blood flow. Yes, they're still in a shortened position because you're still sitting, but it's nice to get blood flow through them rather than having them be static. We can do the same thing, brace the core and do some kickouts. That's a nice active stretch of the hamstrings. If you want a little more stretch of the hamstrings, come all the way forward to your chair, place your heel out on the ground, toes are up, and hinge forward, keeping your chest up to get a really nice hamstring stretch. And you can hold 5 or 10 seconds and then back off. If you slump forward, yes, your hands will get much further down, but at that point you're getting your motion from your lower back. If we stay up nice and tall, connected here and lean, we'll isolate that stretch to the hamstrings. And then same thing on the other side. Other foot is planted for stability, hinging forward 5 or 10 seconds to stretch out those hamstrings. You could flex and extend the foot if you wanted a little bit of calf bonus there, but this position is going to be the best for that posterior chain opening. Coming back into the seat, you can add a windshield wiper of your lower leg to get hip internal and external rotation. Ideally, think of an axis through the front of the leg, and you're not hiking or moving up here. Your leg should stay nice and straight. That's your axis of motion for your lower leg to rotate around. As your foot goes out, this is internal rotation. As your foot goes in, we have external rotation. So this is just a place where you could windshield wiper back and forth to get that ball and socket a little bit more lubricated, a little bit more open and moving when it's used to being in this static position. Going down to the ankles and feet, I'm a big fan of ankle pumps, heel to toe. It helps if you tend to get any swelling in your ankles after a long day. This helps those muscles pump the fluid back up, pump the blood back up to the heart. And so just a simple heel toe rock. And then last, coming back to the windshield wiper, this is great for blood flow through that hip joint. If you do want more of a stretch through your outer hip, you can come into a figure 4 stretch. The same thing I would say for the hamstring stretch applies here, where I can keep my chest up and lean forward to give a good stretch through my glutes on that side, rather than leaning forward and collapsing. This is actually going to give you a better hip stretch and feel happier for your spine. And then we'll flip. Opposite ankle over opposite thigh, leaning forward. You might notice one side is tighter than the other. That is fine. If you want to spend more time on the tight side, you're welcome to. And that goes for any of the ones that we just did. So that is a great, again, head to toe mobility, stretching routine for your body. Your body will thank you after being at a desk all day. And although it would be great for us to get up and walk as much as we can and get out of our chairs, I know sometimes there are days where you just have to be at your desk for a long time, and this is a great antidote for that.